first states to legalize is experiencing a decline in sales for the third year in a row. Is the legal market crashing? Are people consuming less? Or are more folks just growing their own?
There is a new study. It says that use is at historically high levels nationwide, but here in Denver, sales actually continue to drop.
9 News reporter Evan Kerbel uncovers those stats and what can mean big picture. What's happening with
Buy me a coffee, networking, moving around. Shouts out to being the
sales have now dropped for 3 straight years here in Denver, marking the first time that's happened since legalization. And as those numbers continue to fall, businesses are worried not just about their bottom line, but about the community impact as well.
That's how I go around here. Definitely link up with anybody you see in the chat.
More than just your customers a mile high.
I love that. Please have our sales be high.
Ashley Chubin and Jars Cannabis have been around since legalization, a time when their jars and registers were overflowing with green.
And it would just be packed. We would have lines out the door. People were so excited to come through. So we're just not seeing it anymore. People are spending, not as much.
Well, see, the bad thing, Coach Sherry, a lot of people are growing their own, but then the other bad thing about the grow your own, it is not, home cultivation is not available in a lot of the states where it's selected markets. So that's why some places are complaining, well, we're not seeing very good sales. Well, we can grow our own, so of course we're not going to go to the dispensaries. Hell, I ain't been to dispensaries in a while myself, but I mean, I go from time to time, like in the thumbnail I have coming up, I'll be hitting 1 million views on my Google Maps, photos reviews and stuff that I do at places. So I'll be going to a couple more dispensaries and other locations so I can go ahead and hit that, 1 million views because, that's what we do. But yeah, as far as going to the dispensaries, they're only spots to go to. But as far as a home grow, you're right about that because that's more important to other people. I'm in control of what I can do. So if I feel like buying some because I'm waiting on a harvest, I could go to the dispensary. If I feel like doing a review, I go to the dispensaries. But for day-to-day needs and services, if I can grow my own, you're damn right I'm going to keep it popping at the house. Shouts out to the Homework 2025 because you know how we get around. We do your homework.
And they're not coming as much.
New numbers show the sales in Denver dropped 14% last year after a 22% drop the year before. Ashley blames the economy and the increase in competition nationwide, with weed now legal in 24 states.
Being able to have customers that are coming in from other states, we're really only seeing it now at 16th Street.
Ashley says a small decrease coming out of the pandemic was expected, but how far those sales will drop remains a mystery.
I think it always has to be a little bit of concern. As the industry is shifting, we really have to be prepared of what is next.
And while it's an impact on business, it also means less tax revenue for the state to put towards things like education.
And I think that's the biggest thing. When we have these decrease in sales, we can't be in the forefront of helping this community. And that's a huge thing that our money has been able to do good for.
And it's not just Denver dealing with this. Statewide numbers were down about 14% last year as well, falling to the lowest point we've seen since 2017.
So from that clip, you guys can see that it's pretty interesting. One of the first states to legalize almost over a decade ago now, they're actually experiencing the third year in a row where sales have declined. And that's not because people are consuming less. It actually turns out that people nationwide are consuming more. But it seems that people are just purchasing less from a lot of these legal dispos. Now, there may be a lot of reasons for that. Overtaxation, overregulation, product is just not good. That Colorado crumble, you get some really dry, not good flour. Now, if we were to think herbal tourism is a big thing. A lot of people back in the day,
I know exactly what he's
Colorado,
talking about.
Particularly Denver.
Shout out to the bestie. I remember a couple times he came back from Colorado with some stuff. We're not going to talk too much about details and things like that because, might not be legitimate. But anyways, yeah, some of that weed does just crumble right down. It looked good and smelled good, but then whenever you go to get into it, it smoked actually good, but that crumble, it just turns that dust on you. Shout out to them dusty packs because that's what they were back in the day. Yeah, their business models, I mean, they're doing mass production, which is understandable, so they've got some kinks to work out in systems, but it'll get better with